Howdy, Dennis Bradford here. Let's think some about being, feeling, and doing better. Emotional distress is optional. How can that be? If you're suffering from unwanted emotions, such as fear, anger, grief, or loneliness, you're unintentionally causing your own suffering. Once you realize that, understand how it can be stopped, and begin doing what is required, you'll begin to feel better quickly. In this series of videos, I explain how to think better about emotions and what to do to enjoy freedom from emotional distress. Complete freedom from unwanted emotions is unlikely. However, once you're doing what should be done, their occurrence will be much less frequent and, when they do occur, much less intense and of significantly shorter duration. Clear thinking helps. That's our starting point. To do that, let's agree to regiment some ordinary words to minimize misunderstanding. Let's begin by regimenting in this video the ordinary words form, thought, concept, belief, and emotion. A form is simply any object or thing that can be singled out for attention. For example, that tree over there is a form. So is your hunger if it's been many hours since your last meal. Your disappointment when your friend kept you waiting for an hour when she promised she wouldn't be late is also a form. So is your thought that 2 + 3 is 5. A form is anything that's limited and can be perceived, imagined, remembered, or conceived. It's any object of ordinary awareness. So, being a form is the most general notion. It's impossible to single out an example of a non-form. Everything is a form. That's the beginning of all experiences. A thought is simply a conceptualization or judgment about some form or set of forms. A concept is a principle of classification, categorization, sorting, dividing, separating. So, a thought is the application of a concept to a form, or of course to a set of forms. To use a concept is to have a thought. If I think, there's an oak tree, I've singled out that form from everything else in my visual field. If I think, I don't like what she did, or she was wrong to do that, I've classified her act, which is a form, as bad rather than good. Although it's possible to single out forms without making any judgments about them, almost always when we single out forms, it's to conceptualize them. Logically, it's the difference between X and X is F, where X stands for any real or unreal form and F stands for any quality or commonality. Thinking, conceptualizing, is extremely useful. If, for example, we were unable to separate food from non-food, we couldn't tell what to eat. In that way, our thoughts guide our acts, actions, behaviors. Thinking well makes living well easier. A belief is a thought to which we attach or cling to psychologically, that we accept as being true, as being part of reality. If you see an oak tree over there, unless you have some strange reason to question the judgment, you normally just believe that there's an oak tree over there. Your seeing it is your evidence or justification for that belief. An emotion is a belief that we attach or cling to physiologically. It's not something that we merely happen to accept as true. It's something we are committed to physically, bodily. For example, you're believing that she is an hour late after promising you that she wouldn't be late is not the same as your emotional reaction of disappointment to that state of affairs. Emotions can vary in strength or intensity. If one diminishes over time, it can become so cold that it actually ceases to be an emotion. With normally intense emotions, it's possible, at least with a little sensitivity, to locate them in your body. Although they are most frequently located in the front of the body, such as in the throat, chest, or stomach, they can occur anywhere in the body, including the fingers or even the top of the head. As we shall see, it's important to become sensitive to locating where emotions are felt in the body. For now, though, we have successfully regimented ordinary language so that when I use words like thought or emotion, you'll be more likely to understand my meaning. However, all statements are corrigible with respect to their linguistic propriety. So, misunderstandings are always possible. I don't think anything here is controversial. Nevertheless, if you have any questions or comments, please communicate them. Next time, we'll continue to clarify thinking about thoughts and emotions. In fact, you may be shocked to think clearly about your own mind. Thinking clearly about emotions makes avoiding emotional distress a lot easier. If you might like some one-on-one help, visit endfearfast.com for more information. Let's eliminate emotional distress.